know you've beaten UCLA in the past, but how much does this victory mean, considering that this is now a Fresno State victory and you're the head coach?
Well, it's more, not so much for me, it's more for our players that put in the hard work throughout the off season. You know, this started way back in January, and a lot of investments gone into this as far as their hard work and their energy, and so I'm more proud of the player. I've been here a lot, you know, with Oregon and with Cal and things like that. So this is much more about the players to me than it is about me.
Coming here as a visiting head coach, did you feel like the crowd was more in your favor this time than with other programs?
I can't really say that. It was great to see our fans. I mean, there was plenty of times that we had a lot of people here, both when I was at Oregon and Cal, but it was awesome to see the Red Wave here in force. It was great, and especially after the game, coming over there in the corner, see them go all the way up to the top. It was awesome. I really appreciate them making the trip here. It means a lot to our players, as you could tell at the end as they ran over there, and so I really appreciate their support in making the trip down here.
Looking at UCLA's defense, I mean, what would you say were their strengths, but what would you also say were their weaknesses that you guys were looking to exploit in this game?
Well, we just had to be patient, really. You know, they stack the box and make it really hard for you to run, so we knew we weren't going to be gashing big runs in there, but we needed to stay on schedule, which means stay third and manageable, and I thought we did that. I thought Kalen DeBoer, offensive coordinator, and the offensive staff did a great job. I thought Kalen called a really good game. Took our shots when we needed to. Guys came down with the ball. They're really good outside. They play a lot of press, and especially in the second half, Jameer came up with a big catch, and Keyshawn came up with a few. And you know, they challenged for the ball and made plays. And against a talented team like that, that's what it comes down to, is making plays.
Would you say this offensive unit took this week personal, considering how things went during the Minnesota game and after the Minnesota game?
You know, the Minnesota game was over. We let that go on Sunday. You know, it was unfortunate. It turned out like it did, but we just went back to work. You know, you can't carry that thing with you. You know, so I was really pleased how we rebounded. We came out on Tuesday with a lot of energy, a lot of focus. You know, and put a game plan together. The guys worked really hard all week long, and so that was a total team effort tonight. I thought. You know, I thought defense played phenomenal. And put a lot of pressure on the passer, got their hands on some balls. Anytime you can win the turnover battle, you have a chance to win usually.
Were you surprised how easily Marcus was able to score multiple times down by the goal line?
No, those are, I mean, a couple of them are quarterback sneaks, you know, so that's really done with the guys up front. And then, you know, their read plays where they're crashing in, making the play on their inside run, and really had nobody outside. So it was great decision making by him to pull it, and they really had nobody outside to take care of him.
How is he after this game? I mean, obviously it was very physical, and there was a moment there where he was kind of limping for a bit.
Yeah, I mean he played his heart out. You know, he took some pounding, you know, for sure. Got hit a few times as he was throwing the ball, and his back was tight early or late in the third quarter. His back was tight, and he just kept competing, you know, and that's who Marcus is. He's a great competitor. Did a great job of running the show out there, putting everybody in position so they could be successful.
I know it's a couple of weeks away, but what matchups do you think Toledo's going to bring into Bulldog Stadium? And would you say they may be just as fast and as athletic as UCLA?
I don't know much about Toledo, to tell you the truth, only in what I read in preseason, and I saw a little bit of their game today, and I know they're very gifted outside. They have one of the best receiving corps in the country, and you know, they gave a stat of how many games they've won, 9 or 10 games, you know, multiple years in a row. So they're a really good program, and so we'll enjoy this one right now, and then we have a bye week to help get a little bit healthy and start looking at them, and I know they'll bring a huge challenge to Bulldog Stadium.
Jeff, you're one of 7 or 8 programs in Group of 5 today's to be Power 5s. What does it mean to be a part of that?
Excuse me, say that again?
You're like one of 7 or 8 Group of 5 schools to be a Power 5 today. Just what does it mean to, seems like a big day for Group of 5 programs.
I don't know. You know, I really don't look at it as any different, to tell you the truth. I look at us as, equal with anybody else. I never get caught up on group of 5, power 5, anything like that. I think typically we go into games thinking we have a chance to win every game no matter who we play, so I don't know what else went on around the country and which teams won or lost or anything like that. I was just really focused on today, but this is obviously a nice win for our program. UCLA has great tradition. They have great players on their team, a lot of highly recruited players. They're a very well-coached football team. But the other guys came out with a real focus tonight. Really proud of them down the stretch when we fumbled the punt, and they got back in it for us to respond, because it would have been really easy right then to for it to go the other way. But I thought we responded really well.
How did you respond? They had you had all the momentum at the beginning, and they grabbed all the momentum, and just as quickly it swung back in your favor. Was there a play or something that stood out to you that helped you guys do that?
Well, turnovers on defense, when we got turnovers, that was big, But we put drives together, and I thought Blake did another nice job, putting the ball down to the 10-yard line, making them drive the field, which is pretty hard to do, no matter who you're playing, and so there was nothing magical or nothing said or anything like that. It was just, okay, that was a temporary setback, and let's move on. And that's what we talk about all the time. That's what I talked to the team about last night. There's going to be temporary setbacks. There's going to be setbacks in every game. There's ebbs and flows to every game. And you have to treat those as temporary, and you got to move on to the next thing. And so that's really what we're talking about on the sideline.
Where did that 2-point conversion play come from? I don't think I've ever seen that formation.
You don't come to practice enough.
That's not something that you saw from somebody? Is that an original design? Or?
No, Coach Thompson really is our, Scott Thompson really, he does our field goal team and things like that. So there's a few of those things that we have that we don't pull out very often, but we practice them all the time. I thought it was executed perfectly.
Who was happier, Jorge or Gunner?
What?
Who was happier, Jorge or Gunner?
I don't know. It's Gunner's birthday, so that was nice for him to get a nice birthday present. So he's probably pretty happy about it.
Jeff, what made you decide to run it today?
Because we needed to get up. We needed to get the score up to 10 points, and the situation just came about. And so really, those things are there to use them when you need them. And felt like at that point we needed to get back on schedule as far as the score was concerned. And so I'm happy that it worked out.
You have 2 different formations in one, because it looked like a little monster formation, swinging gate.
Well, call it what you want. We call it something, but and we had motion off of it as well. So there is multiple facets to that. Depending on what we see and what we get, there's multiple plays that are run off of that formation, but that one happened to be there.
Because it's UCLA, because it's Pac-12, is this your biggest win as Fresno State's head coach so far?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't really keep score of that. Every win's a big win. So I don't really keep score of that. It's week to week, and again, it's not about me. It's really not about me. It's about our coaching staff. It's about our players. It's about all the support staff, our strength coach. It's about everyone involved in our program. That's who it's about. It's not had nothing to do with me.
You were on the
Last
floor
question.
against Chip Kelly until tonight, so it means nothing? Getting your first victory against him?
It means nothing. I'm not playing Chip Kelly. I wasn't on the field. No, it's got nothing to do with me. It really doesn't. The wins or the losses typically have something to do with me, but the wins don't.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.